Is that better? There we go. Now I can see you guys. Sorry about that. All right, today we're going to be doing basic interiors. Dang it, I don't want to get those cars in the background. Let me just flip this. All right, if you're just joining, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know where you're watching. Sorry about the live feed before. I don't know what I did. So people are starting to join back. The subject today is going to be this. If you're just joining, hey, even if you're rewatching this on YouTube later, let me know where you're watching from. What's going on, Jonathan? Jonathan sent me out that foam cannon that I'm going to try out later this week. Is this better, guys? Thanks for that feedback instantly, Adam. Ryan Phillips, he's in Ireland, Belfast, Ireland. Brian's Eco Elite Detailing, Dallas, Texas. What's up, Andy? Thanks for coming back. Travis, what's going on? Texas, Show Shine, Dallas, Texas. Nathan, San Antonio, Texas, in the house. John, yeah. Adam says much better. Cool, guys. So we're going to be doing basic interior detailing tips. And the purpose, John's from Australia. What's going on? I love my Aussies. Aussie. Hey, Darren, what's going on, bud? So we're going to be going over basic interior stuff. So Phillips with the Detail Surgeon in San Diego. Paul, thanks for coming back on. Man, for a lot, Chad is with Pristine Auto Detailing, Lancaster. Yes, Travis has a foam cannon coming from Jonathan. Cool, guys. I'm glad you guys connected. I talked to Jonathan yesterday. Travis, he told me you reached out to him, so thanks for that, guys. Also, you can hit like if you would like. Bottom left of your screen, you could share it. That'll help out, too. What's going on, Jared? Dynamic Detailing in Bend, Oregon. Hayes, Balaam joined. Thanks, Hayes. What's up? Chris is on-site detailing in Utah, and they're hiring. John is Clovis, California, Eco California Auto Detail. I think I already said that. Oi. There you go, John Fritz. Nice. Love it. Joseph's in Connecticut and Tennessee. And if I keep answering this, I'm never going to get to what I want to talk about. Final Touch Detailing in Wisconsin. Dan, what's up? Thanks for the likes, guys. All right, so we're working on Vincent. You made it. Cool. I'm glad. You could take a break from your job and watch me. Thanks for sharing, Ryan. All right, so even if you're watching this later on YouTube, comment where you're watching. And I love YouTube and all the haters on YouTube. Oh, all those experts. Expert Detailing Shane. Sorry, Expert Plus, Mid-Michigan. Adam joined again. What's up? Soaking Wet Detail here. Cool. Derek Short is Cruising California Auto Detailing. And you guys are starting to talk to each other. Pete, what's up? Pete Detailing in New Jersey. Thanks, guys, for joining. I really, really appreciate it. We got 45 people on right now. Cool. So what I'm going to be talking interior detailing tips, and I really want to get to it. The customer's not paying for this. This is just a bonus for the purpose of this video. Jason Sonax in Indiana. Jason, I think I talked to someone in your office last week. Can't wait to see if you guys make it out to California. And you guys have some exciting things that I won't talk about on here. Adam is Adam Hubbard's Detailing, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Michael, good evening. Midday for me, but good evening to you. Okay, so we're going to be doing this, Matt. We're going to be doing a little example, and what we're going to be doing with this is a basic, like the basic detailing stuff that you could do like on the cheap, guys. So we're not going to be talking about tornadors. We're not going to be talking about steamers. If you guys have questions about that stuff, feel free to ask. Leanne, that's how I talked to Jason. Great lady, coming on the 8th. Cool. Can't wait to talk to you guys. Hopefully we can meet up. Jeff is Auto Experience Detailing in Baton Rouge. What's going on, Jeff? Thanks for that. Okay, so we're going to be talking about simple ways to shampoo mats. So we got a few brushes that we're going to talk about. A lint roller, because you never know when you're going to need that. This little looks disgusting, but this is actually like a kitchen like thing to clean your dishes, but it's really good for steering wheels if you want to clean steering wheels. We have the pet brush, for pet hair. I like it better than the stone. We got this little nice number. This is perfect for air vents and little like crevices if you don't have a steamer. One thing I really like the steamer for is crevices. And I'll show you a gallon of this stuff that I forget his name. If you're on here and you're with this company, let me know. but this Gorilla Flex heavy duty traffic lane cleaner, really highly dilutable and it works really well. But I also like, I didn't bring it, just you could just use an all-purpose cleaner too. So I use a red all-purpose cleaner from my local supplier. This is going to be extremely difficult to do while I got you guys, while I'm holding you. So, and can't forget, let me turn so you can get the car, my headlamp. Because I'm working in a warehouse, and this is perfect. If I turn it on and then flip it around and bring you guys inside. So I already vacuumed everything. And again, this customer is not paying for a detail, so I'm not going to do the full thing. And it's pretty clean. So let's go through it. Here's the first tip is push the front seat all the way forward, and you could really get in the crevices and stuff like that. Okay. So I push that seat all the way forward. And then when you're vacuuming, a tool that I really like, I got it from my local detail supply store, is this little crevice tool. Because especially on cars like this, see how good that light comes in? You can put it right here, right? Perfect for a crevice where like the normal thing wouldn't work. Again, I need to get that right there. That's a little dirty, but we'll talk about that. Push this seat back, because I'll show you where else you could use this crevice tool. Can you guys hear me okay? I just want to make sure. I got this like mic on, but it's wired and it's kind of ghetto. So crevice tool, boom, between the seat, perfect. You could shove it down there, or you could shove it this way. Where are we at? There we go. I'm trying to watch through the phone there. So that's perfect. But that's why I push the seat back and forward, because then when you're back here and you got the seat all the way forward, look at that headlamp, by the way, guys. Come on. This is like brilliant for interiors. Loud and clear. Cool. You could shove it in there as well. Also, these like seats that are really thick and you got like junk in there. Boom. Crevice tool. Good. So we got that. Of course, the victim right there. Thanks, guys. Loud and clear. Let's jump over to the other side real quick. So this is a Porsche Macan. And obviously, if I was doing a real interior detail, again, I'm just doing this for the like live feed purpose. But I would actually pull out all the stuff in the car. I'd put it in a nice pile. Chris turned his volume down because it's so loud. Sorry. Shane needs the headlamp. Honestly, guys, like, look at how much light that produces on the inside. So, okay, let's go through this so this isn't like a 1 hour ordeal. So, the first thing I would do is I would take, well, okay, let me do this. Stay on that car. I'm going to walk backwards because I'm not trying to be like a ginormous dick about it. I'm just not sure my client wants you guys to see any of the cars. So I don't know where my all-purpose cleaner went. So, shoot. Okay, well actually, I'll use the Gorilla. So, you can see I actually use this stuff because look at how jacked up the bottle got. So, okay, so for this floor mat, again, this is going to be basic interior detailing stuff. So, yeah, this headlamp for interiors. Is there a law in the state that prohibits reinstalling child seats? Not that I'm aware of. I just have 3 kids myself, so I know I'm pretty well versed in reinstalling. But that actually brings up a really good point. That you may want to be aware of that at least. Let me see if I can wrap this around this thing so you guys can see what I'm doing. Sorry if the noise is loud. I'm trying to wrap this tripod thing around here to get you guys so I can free up my hand a little bit. That's not going to work. Okay. I'm just going to have to demo this kind of ghetto. Sorry about the rocky camera. So, basic interior stuff. Basic shampooing. What you're going to do, Paul doesn't touch the car seats, and that could be at your discretion. So what I like to do is work, and I'm going to get so much heat for this on YouTube, but this is just the real deal. And if I get heat from you guys, that's cool too, but this is how I do carpets. So that, again, this carpet's not bad, right? And a little bit of elbow grease. Again, you could use a Tornador, you can use an extractor, but even if you're using that stuff, you probably want to pre-treat the carpet anyway. So I'm gonna let this really, and this brush, yeah, it can become a big liability if you install the seat wrong. I'm trying to, so be careful. Before I had kids and before I was well versed in car seats, I would just let the customer know that the car seats weren't buckled in. Yeah, you can let the client remove them and install them. So again, this mat isn't bad. The customer's not paying me for it. Just an example for you guys. But that Gorilla stuff. So after I soak it and scrub it every time, I'm going to go back over it. Crap, this sucks. I'm going to go back over it. Let's see if I can set this up. With with the towel. So there we go. I guess that kind of looks okay. Let's see if I can pop it up a little bit. There we go. So that's every time I scrub it with this brush. I'm going to check my process with this towel. I can't see your guys' comments right now, so if you're commenting on, I'll go back through. So I'll rub it down with the towel to see how we're doing. And again, this mat wasn't really bad to begin with, so it's not a big deal. You could brush it certain ways, and this is where you could put the carpet lines in. This one's only really going to take one pass of just what I did to be looking good. Let's see. Let me pick this up for you guys. So, sorry about that. Jeez Louise. So, as you could see, depending on, you could even leave it like that if you really wanted, but depending on, you could brush it one way. It'll look better. I need a body cam, no kidding. Sorry, this isn't working out well. So sometimes on some carpets, if you brush them the right way, they'll actually look cleaner, and that's kind of the excuse for a lot of people doing carpet lines. Obviously I could touch it up there, but I just wanted to get you guys the gist of it. So then what I do, so I'll do that for all the carpets. I would go through, yeah, Chris, that's another idea. This is the most basic thing, basic interior I just want to cover. But yeah, you could put up a brush on a drill. That's good. You're probably going to want, using a rotary buffer with the wheel brush, cuts time in half. Exactly. So I'm just trying to cover the most basic. Like, honestly, you could get a $10 brush. You can pick up an all-purpose cleaner, and you can start cleaning your mat. So this is for the professional, but also for you guys just starting out as well. So then I'll take that same cleaner, different towel, and basically start white. I would obviously fold the towel. I'm just kind of mocking this up for you guys, but go through and do the initial sweep. And stuff like this is where this brush comes in handy. So you can get in there. Also, the air vents. And you just kind of start. You could even do this on your most basic package. You know, you're just going through. So, going through, trying to get it. Sorry, I'm trying to do this and work at the same time. Okay, so real quick. On the steering wheel, you could, now you want to be careful with leather and stuff like that. So, on the steering wheel, especially on a Porsche, you want to be careful, and these steering wheels, you always want to be careful. But especially on the cheaper cars, you can really get away with this. So you would saturate this, the sponge, really in like your all-purpose cleaner. Then what you could do is just rub it all around the steering wheel, right, and clean it. And this one's not too bad. It's a little caked on, but I want to be careful with this, so I'm not going to do it. But you could actually use that on the steering wheel, and then you would wipe it clean. But this brush, we're like really close quarters here, huh? Let me see if I can back this up a little bit. This brush really comes in handy for, again, if you don't have a steamer or you're doing a quick get through for stuff like this, the vents, like in between here. And a little tip is I would turn the car on when you're all done and shift this into drive and clean like around here in the front, because that's what your client's going to see when he's or her is actually driving the car. So this works really good for like the crevices right in here. And I don't have anything on this brush, it's just dry. just a dry brush. If it's wood grain, you want to be careful on the interior of wood grain because you can scratch it with a brush like this. Like that. Of course, you're going to wipe down the dash. Wipe down this, and I'm doing a quickie for you guys just to show you my process. So then, again, I would check here. Yeah, always move the shifter. It's kind of like rolling down the window too to crack it. So it's looking pretty good. And then, so I would go through and make sure you get stuff like this pedal, you know, clean that. And you could hit this depending on how dirty it is. I'm not going to leave it like this. I'm obviously going to go through and touch everything up. But you can clean the pedals, steamer. See, there's more stuff I need to vacuum. I usually do like the initial sweep through to get the majority of the stuff with the vacuum, and then I'll actually go back through after because I usually dislodge some crap in the making. So that's that for that. So I'd repeat the process on the floor mat. Again, your life is going to be easier if you put stuff like on your rotary, a drill brush on your rotary. You're going to use a steamer. You're going to use an extractor. You're going to use a tornador. All that stuff will make your life easier and probably produce better results, but you don't necessarily need to do it to produce satisfactory results for the majority of your clients. This thing can also be used on door panels. Again, you're going to want to be careful of leather areas and how aggressive you go, but it can work actually really well. And these come in like a 3-pack or 4-pack for super cheap at like your local grocery store. So yeah, that's that. If you guys ever wondered where the automatic opener for the Macan is? It's right here. Isn't that cool? And it opens. So again, I have already vacuumed this out, but I would pull all my customer stuff out, set it on the ground, clean it, put it all back. And I usually like to organize it a little bit better than it is. Yeah. Check that out. Ouch. So yeah, that's it. Do you guys have any questions? Try to do just kind of an interior basic mop up of my process. So I'd vacuum everything first. Then I would start working my way through the door panels, center console. So his is full of change. I'm going to clear all that change out, all-purpose cleaner in there with just a towel. May use the brush. Again, if you want to go next level, the steamer will really help with that. Steamer will really help for deeper in the vents. But the vacuum crevice tool really helps for like right here. And one thing I always check when people say they get their car detailed is check under the mat. Look at that little spot right there. Check under the mat. Did the detailer clean under the mat? This needs to be all cleaned down. All-purpose cleaner just on a towel. That's basic. So I'll get to that. Make sure you're cleaning out in here. Clients, look at that. Oh, here's a really good tip that you should do on cars. So, throw that over there. The visor. Pull down the visor, open it up, and clean that. Especially if your client is a female, because she's probably going to be doing her makeup in the car. So that is just a nice little added touch to clean the mirror. As like, boom, they nailed it. Like, cool. They're stoked on that. So, trying to think what else for interiors. What do you use? Mark asked, what do you use on leather seats after cleaning them? Just your favorite leather conditioner. Yes, the bottom of the doors. So under here, which you want to clean that after you wash it. Or even, after you wash it. Hey, Grant. Under the doors, door jambs, really important. Because you don't want your client to close the door, right? You've cleaned it. And then they go to open it. And then they got junk on the jambs, right? Spray detailer on the jambs to make them shiny? I do. I actually use Meguiar's synthetic express spray wax. Yeah, Adam just got nailed with that today. A customer emailed him about it, wiped it down, but it wasn't perfect. Yeah, especially some jams are really greasy too, guys. So I will dress the weather seals or sills and clean these as well. Sometimes I dress them, but sometimes just hitting it with like a express spray wax is good enough, because you don't really want them to collect dust either. Got my leg trapped up in the mic wire. Here we go. Any other questions you guys have about interiors? Leather, you want to be careful cleaning it. Always use like a leather cleaner. You can get away with an all-purpose cleaner, but you need to be careful. Door jambs, so I'll pretty much use my like rag from drying the outside of the car, or a different rag. Felt weather seals, VW, they usually get hair on them. So you could, I usually, Paul, will just use like a wet towel, and that usually works, but I always keep the lint roller around. Steamer will also help with that as well. Markup on leather, case by case, Grant. Sometimes an all-purpose cleaner. So, all right, guys, with that, tips for dyed jean transfer leather seats. There's a company out there, I've seen them in some of the Facebook groups, that have a specific product that does dye transfer to leather seats. Because what's going on there is the dye from leather seats are dyed and clear coated, but the dye transfer from your jean is actually re-dyeing the seat, so that's kind of a tricky one. Yeah, I also have the pet brush too, Paul. So, and if you guys are watching this later, you could still comment, ask questions. I'll try to go back through the thread and answer any questions that you have. But that's really a basic overview on interior detailing. Another tip would be the same brush that you use for vents and stuff like that can really help around areas like this. And I actually have a full, this is a kind of a bad example because it's so dark, but I have a blog post over on autodetailingpodcast.com that kind of shows you a tan interior and kind of my method for really going through the door panels, cleaning them. Odor removal, I don't have my odor removal machine with me. Paul asked what about odor removal. Yeah, I use an ozone machine for that. So I would shampoo everything. I don't do carpet lines. I think it looks tacky. Vincent, I'm not sure what product you're talking about. Guys, good news. The red scarf is in the making. Got it. Oh, yeah. Vincent, for gene transfer. Okay, so check out Detailer's Domain warehouse for the gene transfer. Interior coatings. I like interior coatings a lot. I just did one. Hey, I did a live feed video from doing that. I had to take off my headlamp there. How's my hair? You guys been asking a lot about hair products. How's my hair look? Good? Interior coatings for gene transfer. Cool. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. If you have any questions, comment below. And if you're watching this on replay, still leave where you're watching from and your business name so I can shout you guys out. Any additional questions or tips? Hey, I'm not trying to be the expert here. I've already told you, Adam, what I use. Baxter of California. That's what I use in my hair. I know you need to know. And the red scarf is on its way. So hopefully by the next live video, I have my red scarf in place so I can really look like the live Auto Geek guy. That'll be cool. But yeah, if you have any tips for me, again, not trying to, this is the most basic setup. I hope to have a better example next time. All right, guys, thanks for joining.